What should Congress do to solve a problem in the economy? I can't tell you how many times I get asked that question when students start working on 3.07. They don't even know where to start. So hopefully this will give you a little insight. Whenever you see a question like this, if real GDP is $1,200 million and full employment GDP is $400 million and MPC is 0.8, what should Congress do to correct the problem in the economy? Well, the first thing we have to realize is that we're always trying to get to full employment GDP. So we should look and decide, do we want to do expansionary or contractionary policy? In this case, we see that full employment GDP is 400 million, real GDP is 1,200 million, so we're going to want to contract the economy. The difference between those two, 1,200 minus 400, is $800 million, and that is how much we are trying to contract the economy. But if we decrease spending by 800 million or increase taxes by 800 million, that's going to be too much. And we know that because of the multiplier. In this case, the MPC is 0.8, so we're going to want to do the formula to get the multiplier, which is 1 over 1 minus MPC, which would be 1 over 0.2, which is 5. And we find out that any kind of expenditures the government makes is going to impact the economy 5 times the amount of that expenditure. So if we divide 5 into 800, and I hope it's even because that will make it a little bit easier for me, 160, if the government decreases spending by $160 million, we know that that will cause an $800 million decrease in GDP and bring the economy to full employment. But what if there isn't an answer for 800 million or for 160 million? Well, then we would look at the tax multiplier. We know that if the spending multiplier is 5, the tax multiplier is always negative, and it's always 1 less than the spending multiplier. So it would be -4. -4 goes into 800. This is much easier. I think I can do it. Is 200 million. So the government should increase taxes by 200 million to get the economy to come down to 400 million and full employment GDP. So what we're actually seeing is we have inflation in the economy. We're going to see GDP decrease by 400 million. Hopefully this will help you when you're working in the middle of the night and you can't get me and you're frustrated, to understand how to solve this problem in the economy.